Just a heads up, I will be talking about a bunch of different stuff that may be a bit spoilerish, nothing story-wise, but I'll be talking about the different biomes and what you will encounter in them. If you want to go in blind and you still haven't played this game somehow by now, I highly recommend you do. Now onto the video. Each of these videos will cover audio, visuals, and atmosphere to give a good idea of what makes a game scary. Subnautica is a deceptively calm game at the start, and in a way, it resembles our own ocean. Near the surface is all the things we know, like sharks, whales, normal fish, etc. And the deeper down you go, the creepier things get, such as anglerfish and goblin sharks. And due to where it starts, in the shallows, it gives a sense of what you think evil, Dead Space, Outlast, or any multitude of horror games that are out there. Subnautica starts out as a peaceful survival game in the shallows, and there are only 2 dangerous fish in the area, and of course only one of them actively attacks you, and even then it's because you just got too close to its home. Even the grassy plateau and kelp forests are fairly safe, and the plateau is the first place we'll encounter the first Leviathan-class fish, the reefback, which are completely harmless. However, the farther out you go, the more dangerous it gets, and the horror of the sea life around you isn't even the scariest part of the game. I remember when I was going to one of the 2 islands in the game with the sea glider, and I was swimming near the surface of the ocean. After a couple of minutes, I decided to look down to see if I could see anything below me, and I couldn't. All I could see was the deep green abyss below me and nothing else. My stomach just dropped at that point, and I never felt a drop like that since. As I mentioned in my Dead Space video, sound is absolutely important when making a horror game. The sound in this game is incredible.
I explode.
Can be heard in a deep, bassy tone when near the location. The Reaper Leviathan roars are intimidating when you hear them before you will ever see them normally. The kamikaze-style fish's little sound they make before they charge you and explode to defend their nests, everything just sounds fantastic. Most of the biomes in this game are either beautiful, captivating, or downright terrifying, or a combination of the 3. Some of the creepiest zones would be places like the Blood Kelp Zone, Crash Zone, Crater's Edge, and the Dunes. The ambience of these places and the overall atmosphere is made in a way to make them intimidating. In the Blood Kelp region, your PDA entry just straight up says this ecological biome matches 7 of the 9 preconditions for stimulating terror in humans. And of course, as you would expect from the depths, no matter what time of day it is, it's always going to be dark due to the light not being able to reach you where you are. Some of the more calmer or relaxing places would be the shallows, mushroom forest, kelp forest, and grassy plateaus. These are the safest and closest to the surface of the ocean. When you're diving in the Blood Kelp region, you're alone in a dark place that you have not been before. Your only source of light is the ambient light coming from your submarine, and if you die, then you lose all your stuff depending on the game mode you're playing on. Not only is the fear of the ocean and the creatures in it present, but there is also a threat of losing progress, especially if you're playing on the permadeath mode. Of course, not all of the deep sea areas are scary. Areas such as the Grand Reef, Mushroom Forest, and the Bulb Zones are all beautiful despite their oppressive surroundings and are nice areas to set a base in. The horror of this game comes from not only the environment, but also from the fauna of this game. Most of the hostile creatures in this game really are not all that scary, such as sharks, crawlers, and biters. The ones you want to look out for, however, are the crab squid, ghost leviathan, reaper leviathan, and warpers. Both Leviathans are very dangerous due to their size, and the Reaper Leviathans can even grab onto your Seamoth and either cause massive damage or just straight up destroy your vehicle. The Ghost Leviathans just do a lot of damage. Warpers can teleport you outside of your vehicles, and the Crab Squids have an EMP ability to disable your vehicles, though they're not all that actively aggressive towards the player like the Leviathans are. Overall, this game has many hidden scares below the surface, from monsters lurking in the depths to those closest to the surface, and from our own innate fear of the unknown. Subnautica is both a great horror game and a great game overall.